3 News has discovered that one of the 8 current and former Cleveland police officers indicted in a fraud scheme has previous convictions. Terence Rouse pleaded guilty to 2 attempts of falsification back in 2022. However, was hired less than a year after that by the Highland Hills Police Department. Investigator Peter Fleischer has been digging into records with several departments and tells us what he found.
Rouse left the Cleveland Division of Police when he was being investigated for misconduct and then was fired from a job with the Cleveland Clinic because he pleaded guilty to wrongdoing in the original investigation. And yet, he was hired and has been working for Highland Hills for over 2.5 years, despite warning them of his prior issues.
Rouse's personnel file shows his time with Cleveland Police began in January 2020. The department says it's separated from Rouse more than 2 years later in March of 2022, as he was being investigated by Internal Affairs. But that same month, he was hired by Cleveland Clinic. Paperwork shows Rouse told Clinic leadership that he, quote, had not played a role in the incident as alleged, end quote. According to his personnel file, Rouse lasted 6 months at Cleveland Clinic, but was fired in November after pleading guilty to 2 counts of attempted falsification in municipal court. Less than a year later, he was hired at Highland Hills Police Department. Highland Hills did run a background check with Ohio's Bureau of Criminal Investigation, but no convictions were reported. However, Rouse appeared to flag the issue himself on his application, noting the case and saying it could disqualify him from being hired. According to OPATA, the Ohio Peace Officer Training Academy database, Rouse is still employed at Highland Hills. I reached out to Chief Charles Golston to learn more about Rouse's hiring process and his current status with the department. At the time of publication, we have not heard back.
It's unclear why Ohio's BCI record search reported no criminal charges for Rouse. He's pleaded not guilty to the latest charges against him, which include grand theft, telecommunications fraud, and tampering with records. We'll update this story as more information becomes available.